Hello, ladies and gentlemen, your beloved Viggoman here, and welcome back to Kirkholm once again. It's been a long while, guys, since I've been here together with you, because I went to my family's place for a week, almost, so I didn't have a computer with me to play some games and just hang out with you guys, so I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that we can come back here to this beautiful world of Kirkholm and just build and hang out. Last episode, we made this build right here, and you guys seem to love it almost as much as I did. I think it looks beautiful in here, so cozy, really has a cool atmosphere, and I really like it. Some of you guys also pointed out the castle in the back, which we took a small look at in the beginning of the video, that you guys loved the details around it, and I do love it, okay? Anyway, today, as the thumbnail and the title might already have spoiled a little bit for you, we're going to try to build a boat together. Usually I build the boats off camera because I use a lot of time just fiddling around trying to make all the shapes right, and I built 3 boats off camera, and hopefully I've learned enough from building these 2 boats and this bigger one that we can do one smaller one on camera today. So let's hope everything goes as planned and that we can build this boat today together and be all happy about it. The first thing we need to do is to actually make the foundation or the small layout of the boat here. I have a small inspiration source here, which is a boat from like a pirate tale where I live. There's like back in the day, a long time ago, like 50 years ago or something, there was like a writer who lived here. He's dead now, I think, but he wrote a story about a captain, and he had a boat called the Black Lady, and I just thought that name was pretty awesome. I was actually visiting the local zoo the other day, which is more like a theme park with a lot of animals in it. It's not necessarily just a zoo. So I was able to actually take a small ride in that boat, which was pretty cool actually. It got a lot of inspiration flowing for my part, so hopefully today we can take some of that inspiration and put it not on paper but put it in Minecraft, try to build something out of that and try to just come up with a cool shape here for the boat. I have a few pictures of it on my left here on another monitor here, but we'll see how it turns out here. Trying to make a shape that kind of replicates how it actually looks. It's kind of has this weird back thing, almost like something like that. I think that's the closest we'll get to the actual design of this. It's actually not too far off, but something I want to do is to move it backwards a little bit. Let's see if we can do that. Just need a little bit more space here to work with. Go, and then mark crap. I'll probably break some of this now, but we're just gonna do something like that, and then move 4, I guess, would be a good number to move it back. And then I'm gonna take away that selection here because that's gonna annoy me, and then we can fill you in here instead. And crap, yeah, why not? We'll just break that a little bit. It's very close to the harbor here, but it works, I guess. Okay, so now I got the basic shape going, and the materials I want to use is red, some darker planks, and also just some normal reinforced plank like this. I want to try to kind of combine those together to make a cool atmosphere around this. So right now I'm just gonna kind of do the bottom part here first. Take this as almost like a tutorial on how to create your own builds, not to create this exact one, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. But I have built, as I said, 3 boats in the same area before, so I have a small idea of how to go ahead and tackle that problem here. So just gonna fill in the bottom here a little bit and try to make the bottom look stable, but also try to make it look thin so that it goes in a little bit, you know. You go there, yes, and then go here, something like this. I know it might be hard for you guys to see right now, but I hope you guys don't mind. Is that correct? It's definitely a little wrong here some places, but I think it's correct. I think, yeah, it looks to be correct. And then we're just gonna kind of fill it in a little bit, and then we're gonna take it down one more, because all of these boats, they have like massive masts and stuff on top, and therefore you need to have a very heavy and big bottom part of this so that the boat doesn't tip around. Is that the word? I don't know. I actually don't know. So that it doesn't go upside down, you know. I think you understand what I'm saying here. So we need to make the bottom part of the boat sticking a little bit deeper than a normal boat. And then we're going to make it stick even deeper, and then like that. Now it's fairly deep. That way it won't go upside down in harsh weather and much wind. And then what I want to do is to kind of just create the basic shape before I go over and use slabs and stairs to make the shape better. So for this boat here, I'm not gonna go like typically you would go outwards all the time, like this. But this one, I'm not gonna do that, because on the original boat, which I'm having taken inspiration from, it's not. It's actually almost going inwards a little bit like this. So I'm just gonna try and do that. And in the front here, of course, it's kind of leaning forward a little bit like that. It looks like a shabby boat, or a small chubby boat almost, but I think it will work in the end. And then we're gonna use this one. Yeah, this has a lot of possibilities to change it. Actually, it looks like in the front here, it's kind of keeping the same thing going all the way up and into some kind of detail part here. It looks kind of cool. Let's do that, something like that on the front. And then this one here is going to go all the way back. Hopefully it's not going to look too weird when we have all these different colors all the way around. And then this one is going to lay kind of on top of here, I guess. And around here as well. And then you go there and you go there like that. Okay, so now we got like a basic shape up and running, and it's not looking too good, is it? It's actually looking really weird. Let's go over here and take a look at what I did on these ones to make them look good. So here, there is only 2 blocks above the water. So maybe we should actually take down some of this. It's feeling too massive. It's feeling too like almost like a trading ship, or where like modern like a steel ship. So let's actually take away a lot of this, and then just use the dark ones for this one. I'm not going to use the reinforced planks at all, I think. I'm just going to do something like that and remove all of these ones. Because in the original picture, or the original boat, which I'm taking inspiration from, called the Black Lady, there is actually just red and black. But I thought for Kirkholm I was not going to work properly, because we don't really use a lot of painted wood around here. We use a little bit, but most is just like raw materials and stuff. For this boat here, what I think is really cool about this boat is the fact that we have this mast, and we can use the reinforced planks for the mast, I think. And we're going to use something like this, and then full block. Yeah, we already have a full block. And then what we can do is, let me see now, if we do like that, and you go there and kind of going upwards a little bit like this, then we have a small like front thing going on here. And then what I think is super cool about this one is the fact that there is a lion, or some kind of mountain lion almost, sable tiger I think it actually is, which is hanging in the front here. So what if we did something like that to symbolize that? That looks pretty awesome, I think. And then what they have is some kind of overhang going over here with the mast going through the middle here. So let's find the masts. We're gonna use this one, I think. And then the mast kind of going up here like this. maybe it's actually getting thinner as well. So we're gonna use these ones instead. Going up a little bit. So what I have is kind of this overhanging part, which is really cool. I'm gonna use maybe something like this. I think. And then it's actually using some of the black part on the top here. Maybe we'll use that for something like this, overhanging. Like that. That looks super weird, actually. I'm not too satisfied with how this is going so far. Let's scale this down and move it forward a little bit. As I've said, boats are insanely hard to build in Minecraft, especially when you're doing it as a tutorial like I'm doing right now. It's really hard to get it right, and we might not even get a good boat in today's episode. We might have to tweak it. Maybe you guys have to come up with suggestions and help me on how we can improve this boat, because yeah, that's how I roll. I like to get some feedback on what I do. If something like that could work, and then for this one, just grab in some slabs, shall we? What is that? That's a carpet. Then get some slabs in, hanging over like that maybe. And then what is kind of cool here, which I really like, is the fact that there's some kind of fence. Come on now, there we go. Some kind of fencing situation going on here, which looks really cool. Doesn't really work with this type of fence though. Normal fence, can I please get you? Some normal fencing, which is kind of light in the colors. Here we're talking. Yeah, that's better, way better. What is that? Dark wood? Looks cool to me. And then we're gonna do something a little bit like this, and it's kind of creating almost like a cage in the front here, and it looks super cool in the original pictures. Something like that. Maybe even here. I think that might work. I think that's not too bad. Yeah, looks kind of the same as the pictures. And then there's this thing right here. And then for this one, do we have a sponge? Finally, I'll be able to use the sponges in Minecraft. There we go. And then we'll have another mast going around here, I think. I think that should be okay. And then over to this smaller one. Something like that. It looks so weird right now, to be honest. Hopefully we'll sort this out and make it look pretty cool in the end. I really do hope so. Let's grab some of these. Then we'll something like that to ease the transition a little bit. There's not going to be anyone here, I guess, but we'll have one right here, one right there as well. Then we might actually just want to keep one here and one here. And then what we want to do is actually continue kind of what we did over here, by going up with the red ones. And it's kind of more massive in the back again, so it's kind of going out a little bit. It's kind of making this kind of square thing in the back happening. Yeah, that's kind of nice. And then we'll change some of these out for stairs, just to really create a cool feeling of depth here, I think. No, let's keep that normal block. And then these one as well. Yeah, so it's kind of going out a little bit, and out here is where the captain will be staying, I think. But then it will go even further up. So let's actually put in flooring in here before we start doing anything else. Just gonna get that around here. That makes it easier for us to start doing the rest of the frames here. for the rest of the building. Make it look nice. Just gonna fill all of this in here so that we can very easily sort out where all the other parts of this build is going. So what I want to do for this build as well is to kind of have a semi staircase going up like this. It's kind of going to go up a little bit here, and then we're going to have a small plateau here, and then it's going to go further up right here. It's going to go up from here like that, and then we're going to have that going up. We're going to have that on both sides actually, I think, because that's what they have in the pictures I'm looking at. I'm going to do something like that, and that makes it easier for us to squeeze in this part right here like that, something like so. Okay, it's starting to take shape. It's getting fairly awesome, I think. But let's bring in some more different blocks in here. So we've used a lot of red now, and I think it's time to tune that out a little bit. Get in some proper blocks here. So what we want to do is actually to try to keep this rounded shape a little bit. So we're gonna do something like that. The original boat actually has like a massive skull on the back, and it looks very, very terrifying. But I'm not gonna do that for this one because I think it's way too much. I think, yeah, so we're gonna try to just make the back some more of the other ones. But what it actually does here is very cool, is that it kind of sticks out a little bit as well on the top here. So yeah, getting something like that, and then on the back here is kind of even going up even further like this. So we're just gonna try to make some kind of cool detail stuff going on here, maybe like that. And then it has like a massive lamp on top, so we're gonna get fences and then a massive lamp on the top like that. It's starting to get pretty cool in here. I'm starting to get a feel for this build right here. That's pretty awesome. As I said, it was kind of going out a little bit here. So what if we added some kind of supports here using these, or should we just use upside down stairs? I think we could use these ones. Those are pretty cool. I think that could work. I think just something like that, and then we'll just place in some trapdoors on top of those, like on this. How's that? That's okay. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's get a rail in here to protect them. What if we... Ooh. This one is actually very similar to the color on the real boat. Let's get that in. Let's maybe remove that. And just kind of have it going out on the sides like that. Don't really need the back here. And it makes it easier for me to put the fences in. Like that. Kind of. Okay, that's starting to look very cool. Very, very cool. Let's get the rails in here as well, shall we? I'm gonna have them going like this. And we're gonna have them going like this, I think. And another one right there, maybe, and maybe all the way over to here. And now we have a problem right here, don't we? Yeah, we have a problem with getting that in. But what we can do is, because I realized I had that on the boat I was on. Let's make that there. Crap, I just totally broke everything here. Let's get one of these ones. Put you back there, and then you go there like that. And then we're gonna have some of these. And those are actually supporting the mast itself. Going up like that. Just realized that this video is getting fairly long now, so hopefully we can get the basic shape done at least in today's episode before we stop recording, you know. Also, can you hear my washer in the background? It's going insane. I have like probably one of the most noisy washing machines in the world, because it's insanely noisy. Hope you guys don't hear that, and if you do hear it, hope you don't mind. I'm so sorry. As I said, I just got back, so I have a lot of clothes to wash. Just got back from my parents' house, and yeah, I need to get some clothes nice and clean before school starts again. So this is actually turning out pretty cool, I think. I like it's very different from my other ones. Kind of looks like an exotic boat, but it works. Looks very cool. Let's try to change stuff up here. Let's get some glass. No crap. Glass. They did use a lot of green glass for this boat, so let's do that. And what I want to have is a glass in the back here, and maybe even some here, like that. And then some right here, like that. And maybe even in the front. No, that won't work. Something. We can use a gate, fence gate, because some of those looks very cool. Let's see, one, maybe this one. That looks nice. And this one looks nice. And what we also need, maybe let's... Is that better to remove the top part and then just have fences around like that, so it doesn't stick out as much? I actually think that's better, but now this window look out of place, so maybe put that back like that. What we can do is put that there instead. There's a small like gap to look out of. That's something we could do. I'm just gonna keep it like that for now. And then what we need is somewhere to get up to here. So I'm just gonna use a ladder. We're gonna use this one because it looks awesome. And we're just gonna place that like that. Can I not place you there? Stupid idiot. There we go. And then you're going there. So now we can climb up here. Then we can stand here and look for people. Very cool. And then the last thing that we need to do in today's episode, which is the last thing I have time for. I have a lot of school stuff to do before next week as well. So I should definitely get started on that. So let's see now. Let's get that in. And then we're gonna have... On the front here, there's actually also a small mast, which looks very cool. Get that up like that, just a small mast. I don't know what it's doing actually, but it's looking very nice in the pictures. And then we'll have something like that, I think. Then up here as well. And then what we're gonna do is to... Wow, I'm getting a lot of voice cracks today. It's so weird. Use this one, I think. And then, what did we do for the other ones? We used slabs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's use... Don't they have slabs? No, they don't. Crap. Maybe we can use the reinforced ones, I guess. And then I'll move that back a little bit like that. And then going out a little bit like so. And then I like to kind of make the nut go as straight, just because it makes it look more realistic in my opinion. So we're gonna make it go up a little bit like that, some kind of diagonal. And then we're gonna do the same over here as well. Just this one will be a little smaller. So we're gonna do something like that for this one. And then what we're gonna do is to just get in some wool for the sails. I'm just gonna use white sails for this one because I think it would nicely contrast the rest of the boat here. So for the sails I just kind of spam them and making it look like they're hanging down like this, because these boats are now in harbor, so they don't really need to have their sails up. I think the sails being up would just be a pain, because the whole boat would be moved by the winds, and you don't want to have that when you're laying in harbor like this. And then what is really cool is that you can kind of mix it up a little bit like this. Try to make it look a little bit like I don't know, curly kind of, so that it looks like it's actually just been kind of tucked up together, something like this. Then now what I like to do is just switch in a little bit of other blocks like that, just because it looks very nice if you have some other colors in there as well. So I like to just kind of mix those in a little bit like this, and then maybe this one, and this one, something like that. Looking very, very nice indeed. Okay guys, that is actually all I got time for today. I really need to get going, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed the small video. I actually think it was fairly long as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. If so, be sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.